Peace violation!
We're in the right module. Judging by the signals, the surviving shuttle of the liner's crew is right ahead, but the voice in the distance is troubling me. What the? This is clearly not an ordinary police robot. The repair robots have done something wrong to it.
Peace violation! Leave the unlawful assembly!
Wait a second. It's aggressive, too. I recommend that you shamefully flee.
Reloading! Don't leave your cover!
The discharger is about to fire.
Act of aggression! Act of aggression! Anti-terrorist mode activated. You've thrown a paper cup at a public officer. You are under arrest. Proceeding with execution.
Oh, this is not how it usually works in boss battles.
Reloading. Stay where you are. Reloading. Don't leave your cover.
This seems to be its weak spot, like any irons or toasters, for example.
Stay where you are. Peace violation. Shoot to kill.
You lie again. You are here. That means death was impossible.
Peace violation!
We're in the right module. Judging by the signals, the surviving shuttle of the liner's crew is right ahead, but the voice— What the? This is clearly not an ordinary police robot. The repair robots have done something wrong to it.
Peace violation! Leave the unlawful assembly!
Wait a second. It's aggressive, too. I recommend that you shamefully flee. The discharger is about to fire.
Act of aggression! Act of aggression! Anti-terrorist mode activated. You've thrown a paper cup at a public officer. You are under arrest. Proceeding with execution.
Oh, this is not how it usually works in boss battles. This seems to be its weak spot, like any irons or toasters, for example.
No power. Backup power activated.
These look like backup batteries. We need to break them to disable the police robot.
Intruder! Reloading. Stay where you are. Reloading. Don't leave your cover. Peace violation. Shoot to kill. Suppressors destroyed. Starting maximum performance.
But how can it be? I've watched hundreds of movies and video games. It always worked.
Attention! Overload! I'm a machine! I'm strong! Overload!
Oh, it looks like it broke down. That went exactly according to my plan. This really is the shuttle of the liner's crew. I hope we find the friend or foe system, and that it'll take a long time for us to hack it. My processors are vibrating from the thought. It's blocked from the inside. We'll break into the liner's system first and see if there's any information there. He sure did help. What a genius. So, let's start. What we need is... No. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Check the box to your left. According to the crew's correspondence, the friend or foe system is just certain license plates on the shuttles. But if the plate is unreadable, the system freezes and doesn't attack the shuttle. So this is the multi-billion-dollar protection system of the liner? The diagnostic station knew about this vulnerability, and it couldn't just tell us to cover our license plate with a piece of paper? I suggest we go back and burn all its circuits. I would be furious now if it weren't for one thing. It turns out this shuttle is fully functional. I just need some time to break into its control system. While I'm busy, you just don't touch anything. Better yet, try assembling a jigsaw puzzle, for example. Right, great. Now just sit here. Hacking the system will require my maximum performance, so I'll have to turn off for a few seconds. Just don't touch or press anything. All right, I'm back. I want to inform you that... What the? Let's get out of here! I left you for only 3 seconds! You were just assembling a jigsaw puzzle. There was nothing dangerous there. But we were so... never mind. I'd like to comment on this in some way, but I don't even know what to say. We'd better get back to Normandy. I hope that a closed license plate will really help us bypass the security systems. No, I can't help but ask. How? How did you do it? Did you play around with a lighter? Did you pull the wiring? Did you learn how to shoot laser beams out of your eyes? I don't understand how this is possible at all. I also don't understand why someone would create a security system that can be easily bypassed by dirty license plates, unless the genius who infected the police robot with HIV was the chief engineer of the liner. Actually, it would explain a lot. By the way, there's no physical license plate on Normandy, although there is a digital one, which is usually requested at any security check. I think I can replace a couple of characters with asterisks, and let's hope the friend or foe system doesn't care what kind of plate we have on the shuttle. It looks like Normandy is fully prepared for another acceleration. That is, if the friend or foe system works and we are not destroyed on our approach to the accelerating station, of course. And there's the accelerating station. It doesn't seem to be active, though. Great! We didn't blow up and are back in line. We've received a friend or foe identification request from the security systems. I hope the unreadable number will really help. It works! The security system keeps sending us the request, but it's not taking any action. Great! Why are there so many coffins here? I can't tell what part of the ship this is, but there's something going on here. All my sensors are registering an incredible electrical activity. The station is inactive, but intact. Probably it has no power. I suggest we find a place to dock and look around. What an old communications spaceship. It's the same age as the debris of the station with Breathedge cores. The service airlock. It's intact. This is the liner's debris for sure, but I can't identify it. Another closed door. How original. I think they could have come up with something more interesting than that. I wish I hadn't said anything. What the? I take my words back. I wish it was another closed door. Enough with this originality. The accelerating station is connected directly with those wires, or with these ones. But it definitely is connected, which means you can restore the power supply. Apparently, the coffins were pulling the wires, but someone killed them all. I assume only a robot could have killed another robot with a thermos. What an impressive size of this hull. I assume that we're in the classified modules of the liner that belong to its central core. Only the chosen ones, like your grandfather, could admire them. Be careful, there's some activity ahead. It looks like some of the coffins are still functioning. What strange equipment? I can't say for certain what it is, but it looks like some old data processor with basic artificial intelligence. It's likely that Coffins unplugged the accelerating station, plugged this thing in instead, and tried to... I have no idea what they were trying. We just need to plug in the accelerating station. It looks like there's a powerful, deadly, and unstable power source behind this airlock, and we need to get in there, of course. Someone broke open the control panel. I don't want to panic, but we can't open these gates unless I find a loophole in their locking system. Hidden burglar-proof hinges. Mechanical action isn't possible. Judging by the encoding, there's a high-pressure hydraulic drive system built in here. We won't be able to move the doors apart. The gates are recessed into the floor and have bastion armored floor coverings. All the electronics are protected by double encoding and a hidden duplication system. The estimated average hacking time is 2 million years. At least 6 layers of a 6th class durability alloy. My sensors can't get any deeper than that. And here's its weak spot. Well, compared to the rest of the solid mass of the door. If we try very hard, we can leave quite a decent dent here in a couple of years. Probably. I think now I understand how these gates work. We need to check the central locking valve. Yes, I figured out how to open it. For starters, we need 3 live hamsters, 2 electrical tapes, a bottle, a grenade, about 20 kilograms of metal, a wireframe, 2 motors but not too powerful, paint, or rather part of a paint spray can, and some small iron balls, only 200 or 300 of them. But, what about logic? This game is worthless. No, seriously. Why is there a door on a secret and protected object that you could just... Ooh. Forget about the door. I can't believe it. This is an additional small core of the liner unnamed. It's still working. Unbelievable. Caution, there's a coffin on the control platform. It looks like some techno-cannibalism. This coffin tried to replace its damaged parts by removing them from its dead kin. It's the captain of the liner's chief assistant. Apparently, even the most important employees of the liner didn't manage to evacuate. I'm surprised you survived. It seems that this coffin destroyed all the others. I think that it's... No! It can't be. But the signal was lost. How is this even possible? Still, there's no doubt. It's definitely him. It's your grandpa. The coffin with your relative died in a battle with other coffins. I don't understand anything anymore. I know it's not easy, but we need to check him out.
My dear man, if you're reading this now, it means that I didn't succeed. But you noticed my note on the fridge, or on the mirror, or in the corridor, or on the dresser, or on your forehead. Sorry, I tried to leave them everywhere possible. You must stop the flight of the liner, ASAP. I've been working as an engineer at the Scientific Research Institute of Space Development for nearly 58 years. And in the last several years, we have been fulfilling orders for the Breathedge Funerary Agency. I haven't told you much about my work. I'm so sorry. But it's not that important right now. I started to notice that the Breathedge Agency was making odd requests, and I conducted my own investigation. Now I'm sure they're not who they say they are. Breathedge is perhaps the biggest and most dangerous fraud in human history. Please, take this recording and our chicken to Boris Gromov. You do remember my old friend at the investigation department, don't you? Today I'll try to get closer to them. I need hard evidence. I love you, Grandpa. And don't forget to feed the chicken. She is the key.
Breathedge? No, I don't understand. So all of this could have been avoided if you had at least washed your face? I don't know what to say. But it doesn't matter now. The main thing is that your grandpa knew something about the coffins, the disaster, and the company that created me. I'll try to decipher the tape and wait in case you want to bury your relative. Put him over there on the emergency eject platform. I should have recommended that the funeral protocol be followed and that you take the deceased to the shuttle, but with such damage to the coffin, your relative's body would soon simply spill out all over the deck. He didn't deserve this. Now we need to open the airlock and pay our last respects to this great man. He's been caught up in the planet's gravity. How beautiful. Wait a second. What is a neutron bomb? Oh, seems like reading notes isn't your thing. To be honest, I've no idea what fine you might get for destroying a potentially habitable planet, but I'll be melted down into a toaster. I'll definitely be melted down. What a shame. Or maybe. Can we just forget everything? Activating partial defragmentation of the data. Beep, beep, beep. Defragmentation complete. What happened to this planet? It was like this when we got here, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Okay then. I don't have a defragmentation function. It's time for us to get out of here and hope we die before the justice system gets to us. It's her again. Given the circumstances, I'm even more certain that this is another hoax and we shouldn't be distracted by her. Besides, she knows that we blew up the planet. Now we need to focus on activating the accelerating station and getting to the central core to activate the warp acceleration. I suppose that the blue wire leads to the accelerating station because it's written on it. Whatever you did it right. Now you only need to do the same thing to a couple of more places on the wire, and then the small core will be able to power the accelerating station. So, I couldn't decipher the compromising evidence, but I copied its contents so you wouldn't lose them. Now I think it's time for us to sum up everything that happened. Your grandpa was investigating a global conspiracy in Breathedge, but he died, leaving behind a programmed killer robot with compromising evidence. You, how shall I put it? You weren't able to find your grandpa's warnings on the note stuck to your own forehead. You took his dead body directly on board the liner unnamed, which he clearly didn't want to get on. A few hours later, the liner was attacked by the Green Universe, who was tricked by someone and used for that someone's own purposes. The Green Universe, apparently, goofed up, so the liner crashed into an old station and exploded. Then hundreds of coffins got activated, turning into aggressive robots that killed the survivors. Your grandpa also got activated and wanted to pass the compromising evidence on to someone he knew, but died a second time. Now we have this compromising evidence, and the killer robots clearly know about it. Don't you think we're at risk? Poke the handy scrapper here. Great, there's one more left. You need a handy scrapper here. Wonderful. You powered the accelerating station somehow, but I don't feel like explaining how. It's time for us to get back to Normandy before more coffins arrive. The accelerating station is active, so get close to it while I prepare for acceleration. And what in the world is this thing? Perhaps your grandpa put it here. Or maybe not. I have no clue what this thing might be. Wait a second. The next autopilot point has the same coordinates that Babe sent you in the last message. So she called Captain Shepard for help too, since he marked the coordinates? This definitely doesn't bode well for us. All right, let's go. I'll try not to reboot. It didn't work. I rebooted anyway. Hate acceleration. We seem to have arrived. However, I have some good news and some bad news for you. The good news is that you've learned to control the steering wheel very well. And the bad news is that you're no longer in control of Normandy. It looks like an old magnetic acceleration airlock system, and the autopilot has taken over the control for forced docking. I don't know much about magnetic airlocks, but we probably won't be allowed to disengage without remote clearance for departure. Of course, your interlocutor can't be here. It's the debris of an old space station of the Breathedge Funerary Agency. We've been in such a station before. No, one thing still bothers my mind. Like, I can imagine you, but how could Captain Shepard have bought into this Babe's messages and routed a course here? This is beyond my understanding. We have arrived. As I said before, the magnetic acceleration airlock system requires departure clearance. We're stuck in here. Yes, now there's no doubt that this is an old magnetic airlock with an active acceleration system. I recognize some of its parts. We'll have to find the airlock control center if we want to leave. Apparently, the airlock hasn't been used for a long time. You make an incredibly good tracker. Now we just need to find the control center, and try not to make any noise. Okay, I guess we can forget about the ladder and just find the control center. We've been to the debris at this station before. I recognize the outdated components manufactured by Breathedge 50 years ago. Both shot in the back of the head, about 30 years ago, judging by their mummification. I recommend that you be extremely cautious, as somebody may have already discovered us and prepared a cunning trap. Coffins from the 20s. We've seen similar ones before.